I wanted to get on. So, okay, so I wanted to kind of just go over, like, a lot of you guys are new, like Crystal hasn't started, Laura's just about to start her program, and Anna should be hopping on soon. Um, but basically, I wanted to kind of go over like a game plan for the end of the year, and kind of just what you guys should be focusing on for right now. You're in your second month right now, so this might be like kind of refresh for you, but I thought it would be good just in case you wanted like some extra info. I didn't open this call up to everybody, because I wanted to mostly focus on you guys that are new and kind of just getting going. So this time of year is notoriously kind of like one of the trickier times of year to get started. So I wanted to kind of give you guys just like my advice for getting through. This is my like third Christmas season. So this one's been different than the last two. So it's not a bad time to start. Actually, I'm excited for you guys because this time of year, even though it might not seem like you're getting a ton of like interest because people don't want to commit this time of year, as soon as the first of the year comes around and the holidays are over and people can like focus on themselves again, then it tends to get busier. So I kind of wanted to just talk about what you should be focusing on daily right now. Even if some of you guys are all going to be in different places. Like some of you are going to want to start a little bit slower. Some of you are going, you might want to be really like recruiting and trying to make sales right now. And then, obviously some of you guys are further ahead in your journey than others. So right now, I really feel like the most important thing that you guys should be focusing on is your journey. So your fitness journey, and sharing that. So I don't want to hear that you just started and you can't share any pictures and nobody's going to be inspired, because it's not true. This time of year is the time of year when people are looking for that inspiration and they're watching it. They might not be ready to jump in yet, but they want to, especially for you, those of you guys that are newer, and even like where you're at, Casey, like having been around the block a little bit and you've been in the business a little bit longer. People want to see you be consistent, and they want to see that it's not like this isn't some, gimmick or fad thing that you're doing right now. So they want to watch, and your results are like the most important thing that you can be focusing on. So the only way people are going to know what you're doing is by you sharing. And I wish Anna was on right now because she just started 21 Day Fix. She's like 10 or 11 days on in, and she's already lost like 9 pounds. And she totally signed up as a discount coach. And she signed up her sister-in-law, Crystal, who's on this call today, like within like a week or something. It was super fast. She was like, I just want to get the discount. I just want to, I'm going to focus on me right now. And she started just posting pictures of her food to help hold herself accountable to her journey. So it wasn't really for anybody else. It was just mostly for her. Like she would post a picture at the end of the day of all of her meals, and people just started asking her. So she said she's gotten tons of people that have been asking her. So she's not necessarily like recruiting, but she's just sharing her journey right now. And so I thought that was really, really key, because a lot of people think like, well, I'll share my pictures, once I get through a full round, or once I've done a few rounds, once I've lost a significant amount of weight. But the thing is people are looking right now for those people that are being consistent. And I mean, I think the reason I'm having kind of a funky season is because I'm pregnant and I'm not losing weight right now. I mean, my workouts have severely suffered lately because it's not as easy as I thought it would be to be working out with this giant belly. So I was just telling my husband today, I said, it's really interesting how crucial the exercise component is to this business. I mean, obviously it's, a big part of what we do is having your own personal transformation. So it's a big deal. When I first started out, I had a little bit of results. So I was sharing pictures immediately. And I really think that was one of the things that really helped me to be successful. Plus, it really helped me to stay accountable to myself, because it was like, I signed up as a coach. I got in my first challenge group, and I basically just started talking about it and sharing my journey, just because I was kind of like, I needed the public accountability of saying like, okay, everyone, I know that I say this all the time, and I know that I'm not super consistent. So I'm putting this out there to the world to have you guys help hold me accountable. And that honestly was huge for me. I think Casey too, like, since you've already lost a ton of weight and you've already gotten, you've had so much results already. I think having that, don't you agree that like having that public accountability like really helps keep your booty in check? Because when you're not working out and people will message you and be like, hey, like, how's it going? Or, if, you've just been slacking, and people can tell, they pay attention. So right now, I don't care if you guys are sharing, like, you don't have to be sharing like pictures of your, full body before pictures right now. I don't care. You don't have to be doing that. But I want you to make sure that you take before pictures 100%. Like, that has to be non-negotiable, and measurements, and keep them for yourself. And that way you can track your progress, and you can track, to see how far you've come after one round of 21 Day Fix. You can say, this is my first round, your second round, third round. So that way you know exactly the results that you got from each time that you did it. Because people are going to want to know how many times, like the people that have lost like, 50, 60 pounds of 21 Day Fix, they're like, okay, well, how many rounds was that? How many did you lose in your first round? So make sure that you're keeping good records of your own results. I would like to weigh in like once a week probably, and just kind of keep it for myself. I also took pictures. 21 Day Fix, I used to do my pictures like every 30 days or like every 2 weeks, just to keep so I had them, because that was the other thing that I think really, really made a big difference for me, was I had a lot of pictures to compile. So I have almost no pictures from when I was fat, which this time you better believe I'm going to be taking bathing suit pictures as soon as this baby comes out, which is not going to be pretty. And it's going to be like probably the hardest thing I've ever had to post in my life. But I'm going to do it because people need to see like that drastic transformation. So make sure that you do your before pictures and your measurements. You don't have to share them. You don't have to post them, but just make sure you have them. And then I would highly recommend, just every single day you're sharing something. So you're either sharing like your meals, like on she posts like a little collage every day of like what she ate that day. So maybe doing like a little collage, or doing like a sweaty selfie after you finish your workout, but basically just sharing your journey. You're not necessarily saying, okay, everybody come do it with me. You can if you want, but I really think just getting the word out about, okay, I'm doing this and I kind of want the accountability for it, is really, really key this time of year, because come January, people are going to be curious. They're going to want something. And they're going to be, and if you start now and you start sharing now, people are going to be paying it, they're going to start paying attention to you. So that's the first thing I want you guys to make sure you're really focusing on right now, is just sharing your journey and just being genuine, being honest about what you're going through. I mean, you're going to have days where you're like, I hate this. This sucks. I don't want to eat this food. I'm tired of eating all these green containers. I want to just go eat, some pasta and chocolate and say, screw this, because we definitely all have those days. So, and so just making sure that you put the information out there so that people can kind of just start paying attention. The other thing I want you guys to focus on, and Casey's already done this because she's been around for a little bit longer, is make sure, so whether or not you want to kind of just take this as like a hobby, see how it goes, or if you want to work this hardcore as business, making sure, I think you guys are all in the training group, making sure you're going through those assignments and doing at least one per day. Some of them are super quick and fast. Some of them take a little bit longer. So making sure that you're setting aside some time, at least during the weekdays. Like the weekends are hard for me, so I don't really expect everybody to be like super on their A game on the weekends, just because I kind of check out on the weekends because my husband's home and I'm out of my routine. And I need that, we all need to have like that mental break too from the business, and just, we want to check out a little bit. So, but at least during the week, if you work full time and you have a hard time getting stuff done during the week, then kind of use the weekend days as your catch up days so that you're kind of getting on top of that. But there's 20 assignments in that group. If you want more, you can do them as fast as you want. If you have, a lot of time one day and you want to complete like 4 or 5 of them, you can go for that. Just make sure that you're posting on, like, in the comments, that you've done it. That way I can kind of go back and check and help keep you guys like on track with those. If you have any questions, you can post them in our team page. You guys are all on our team page. Post them in our team page, or you can message me. Or there's also tons of information in the Coach Online office and in the FAQs. And when all else fails, Google is your BFF. There's so much information, blogs and YouTube videos that people have put out there that just, answer lots of questions. Like when I first started out as a coach, I literally spent, oh my God, hours just watching YouTube videos of other coaches. And just, even if it was stuff like, there's going to be stuff that's really confusing. Like bonus cycles can be really confusing. Placement can be really confusing. And some of you guys might have no clue what I'm talking about. But as you get through the training, there's going to be things that are really confusing. So make sure that you're focusing on those things that you are struggling with, and make sure you watch some videos and stuff like that, and reach out to me if you're having a hard time understanding. A lot of it is going to come with time. So a lot of it is going to, we need to see and hear like things over and over and over, and we need to have that repetition for our brains to really grasp the concept. So a lot of this is going to be like information overload. You're learning a whole business on top of social media, marketing yourself, and trying to transform your body. So it's a lot. So don't beat yourself up if you're feeling like, oh my God, this is so much. I bit off more than I can chew. My best advice is to just learn and do something every day. So like every day, learn something new. Even once you finish the training groups, your training doesn't stop. I mean, even to this day, like before this call, I was on YouTube watching some videos on Instagram and social media, and how you can, because things are constantly changing all the time. So you want to be on top of your, there's things we can always improve on. So making sure that you're setting aside time every single day to get your workout in, and then post on Facebook and share your journey, and then just learn something. So go through, do the training assignment in the training group, or go on YouTube and search specific things, or you can just even go on and browse. I can give you lots of coaches who have really great videos they have tons of videos and tons of different topics that you can just go and watch. And I mean, I could literally spend hours, like so much time. And that's really how I learned a lot of stuff, because my coach is super busy and she does not do a lot of hand holding. So for me, I have more time than she does. So I don't mind answering questions and helping you guys, and kind of, helping you guys get through those like milestones. But for me, when I first started out, it was kind of like a sink or swim situation where she put us in the training, and if we did it, we did it. And if not, like that was pretty much the end of, she kind of left it in our hands. So I'm not as like cutthroat like that. But just make sure that I'm not going to be your babysitter. So making sure that you're setting aside time every day. Here's my cat. Okay, get down. Get down. It's like, I'm going to come sit right on your keyboard. So making sure that you're setting aside time, it might be like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. I don't get a lot of focus time either. So my power hour is usually in the morning after my daughter gets up and we get breakfast made. Then I usually can sit down and get some stuff done. But just making sure that right now, like you guys are mostly just focusing on your own fitness journey, and then getting through the training is what I really want you guys to focus on. There's a lot of, if you want to go like more hardcore and you want to do more, that's great. Just let me know, and I can help kind of, push you along and give you more stuff to do. But because everybody's kind of starting in like different places, it's hard to say like, okay, everybody, let's start this. So like obviously Casey's a little bit further ahead. Laura, I know you want to work the business, so I know that you have motivation to do that. And then Crystal and Anna, I think, are kind of more, they're interested. They want to kind of like, see what it's all about, but you guys might not have the, I don't know if you're like how time sensitive your goals as far as the business go. But just know that this time of year, if you put the work in now, start sharing your journey now, then that will give you, you're going to hear us talking about planting seeds a lot. So right now you're basically taking this time until the end of the year to plant a lot of seeds. So you want people to see what you're doing so that they can start asking you, like, what is this 21-day fix thing that you're doing? What are these workouts? Like, you want people to start drawing an interest. So the only way that's going to happen is by you doing it. And I know it's scary to post on Facebook, and I know it's scary to like put it out there like, hey world, I want to lose 50 pounds or whatever. It's scary, but it's also really, really great. I think the support that most people get is surprising, because I think a lot of us, I had no idea that when I would put like bathing suit pictures up, people would be like just going crazy cheering me on. Every now and then, like, I'll have coaches that come to me and they are frustrated because people are like, they have haters. I personally have, like, I can't even think honestly of maybe any times I've had people that were like mean to me or left mean comments or said mean things. Like, everybody has been really, really, really supportive. So just know that the only way it's going to happen is by you putting it out there. And I know it's scary, but a lot of times we got to get outside our comfort zone. Oh, Anna's been trying to get on. So hopefully she'll be able to hop on in a second. The other thing I wanted to throw out there is I have a Biggest Loser group starting. We're going to start prep week next week. So we kind of moved it back a little bit. We weren't going to start until after Thanksgiving, but we're going to prep. I know this is news to you, Casey. We're going to prep. It's not a big deal because it's not going to change anything for you. We're going to be adding people in all next week. So it's not like everybody has to be in by Monday. We're going to kind of just let people trickle in. But we're doing a Biggest Loser group, which is a group that I only do like a few times a year. And there's going to be a cash prize anybody can win. So normally in challenge groups, I only give prizes out to like my challengers, not necessarily my coaches, unless they're like a discount coach and it's their first challenge or whatever, and they kick butt. But this time, there's going to be a cash prize. It should be close to $200 or over $200 that anybody can win. So it's going to be, everybody puts in. So like you guys would put in $20. And then the winner is going to be determined by percentage of weight loss. So it's not necessarily pounds lost. So some people, like the last time we did it, the girl lost, I think 21 pounds or something. And she was not very big, but she freaking killed it. Like it was crazy. There was people that were like 100 pounds heavier than her that lost way more weight. But because we did it by percentage, it actually worked out a lot better, because that's really the only fair way we can do it. If we did it by pounds, obviously the bigger people who lose weight faster would win. The other people that only have maybe 10 pounds, like, wouldn't even have a chance. So we do it by percentage of weight loss. It's going to be like 4 weeks long, 3 weeks long. We're going to end right before Christmas. So it will give you super accountability for those of you guys that are just starting. So I would highly recommend, it's not mandatory to be in it. I would highly recommend that you guys hop in, and it gives you a chance to win some money. And then also, it just helps. I think having the support of the group is very helpful for most of us, having that accountability in the group. So if that's something you want to do, let me know. I'm collecting money. We're going to have to get this money going. Like, I'm going to have it all in the account within the next couple of days. So that way we know how much actual cash we have. So right now I think we're at like $140 or something. And there's still a bunch of people that haven't paid me yet. So anyways, if that's something you want to do, let me know and I'll give you the details. We're going to do mandatory weigh-ins, and daily participation is required. So it really helps keep people on track. The last one I did, like I said, I think the winner took it was like $360 she won, and she lost like 20 something pounds. It was awesome. And the groups are just really fun. So I'm excited for that. The other thing I wanted to kind of go over, I can't remember. My brain is not working right now. Mostly, I want you guys to be focused on your journey and getting through training right now. Like I said, you can go faster than if you want to go super fast and get through training in 4 days. Cool. Hey, can you get down, please? If you want to get through training fast, you can.
Just saying.
What?
I want a cat so bad, but I don't want the litter box, but I want one so bad.
Yeah, I've never touched the litter box in I don't even know how many years. We've had him for 6 years. Joe does it. I told him, we have a cat. I'm not doing it. No, I just tell him when it smells. I'm like, you need to go clean that. It stinks. So yeah, so does anybody have questions? Do you guys have anything that and obviously I'm here if you guys have questions. We do team calls every other week. So this would be our off week. So next week, because it's Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving, we might bump it. I don't know. I might have to kind of take a poll on that one, just because if everybody is going to be with their families and out of town and stuff, I don't want to take up people's time, because we're probably all going to be in turkey mode and not thinking about doing this. So I'll take a poll and see if everybody wants to do it. We could do maybe a quick call for people that want to be on. But we do calls every other week. Their topics are a variety of topics every other week, kind of whatever everybody needs. But really, this business is not super complicated. It's mostly about just sharing your journey and being honest, and picking, the few things that you want to share about on your social media. But your social media is going to be your platform for your transformation and for your journey. So you just want to make sure that you're really focusing on sharing that. And like I said, for Crystal and Anna, it might be a little bit, you guys might want to use your social media a little bit differently. And I can talk with you guys separately if you guys want to do that. But mostly right now, I want you guys to just be focusing on sharing your journey and being really focused. Your number one job right now is to get results before Christmas, before the end of the year. So obviously everyone's going to want to have a cheat day on Christmas. So I don't expect anybody to be posting their pictures of their healthy, clean meals on Christmas Day, because I know I won't be. So that's fine, but just make sure that at least for your first round of 21 Day Fix, you were on it and you are following it to a T, so that you can get results, so that you can say, hey, I have these results, and that you're sharing along the way. So I think Anna just hopped on. I recorded this, Anna, so we can, I'll have it so I can send it to you. I don't want to take up too much more time. But does anybody have questions?
The official start date for the Biggest Loser is what? The official start date?
The official start date is still going to be the 30th.
Okay.
So we're just bumping the prep week, because our prep week was only going to be 3 days, which I don't really feel like we need a long prep week. But Amber, basically what happened was I was under the impression that we were doing this team wide, and Amber, they all committed to doing it, her and her team. And then they decided that they were going to do a smaller one, because her challengers tend to, and you guys will probably see this, when you're running a group, if you're running it with somebody else, if you guys just put people in my group, they'll be confused, who's this person running this group? And a lot of times people can fall off. So she was worried about people falling off because I was going to be running the group. So we're going to co-run the group. And I was like, no, you have to do this with us, because otherwise our pot of money is going to be smaller. I'm we need to have a bigger pot of money. So,
okay.
So we're going to do it. We're going to have the prep week and just do it. And I just told her, I said, okay, well, we'll just let everybody add people in throughout the week, and just we'll make sure that you guys know to let your challengers know to catch up on the post. If they get added in really late, just make sure that they understand, because we're going to kind of just be going over like the rules, what to expect, and kind of basically just setting the expectations so that everybody understands like what will disqualify.
Video weigh-in, right? Videotape your weigh-in? Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to go over all of that stuff, like all those little details about daily participation and how weigh-ins are mandatory. And if they miss any of those things, then they're out of the running to get the money. So I really like doing it this way, and I might continue. I mean, I think January, we're probably going to do another Biggest Loser. Hopefully, like I said, this time of year has been really weird this season. So yes. It's been very bizarre. It's been very bizarre for me too. So, but mostly what I was saying is I want you guys to mostly just really keep focusing on sharing your journey on your social media, get through the training, try to just do at least one assignment per day. Some assignments are a lot faster than others. You can also complete them faster than what is outlined, but it's kind of designed to finish in about 20 days. I guess a little bit longer if you take the weekends off. So just making sure that you're doing something every single day to focus on your journey and sharing that. So you're already doing great, like sharing your food and stuff and sharing your results. So I just mostly want you guys to be focused on that right now, because I really think that that's the most important thing. And I was just telling my husband earlier, this is apparently, I didn't finish my thought from earlier when I was saying this, that the exercise component is such a huge part of this business, because like right now for me, because my workouts have been stagnant, I think that's kind of why I'm just kind of in this weird lull right now, because I'm not working out super regularly. And so I'm not talking about it. So I think that that's a big factor in people, they're kind of like, they kind of know. So when you're working out, you're talking about it. And when you're eating, really good, you're talking about it. So when you're not doing those things, it tends to, and I've noticed that like in other times in my business, but seriously right now, because
this month is whack. I don't know.
This month has been bizarre. I mean, it's been weird. So,
yes.
So don't let that discourage you guys though, but just mostly focus on, and then obviously if you're wanting to, make commission and you're wanting to like make some money, then for sure, you're going to be wanting to invite, since you guys will be mostly focused on inviting for January, most likely. So since we're right now recruiting for the December group will end right before Christmas, and then we're going to be recruiting hard for January. So, so I think that'll give you guys enough time if you want to kind of wait, but it's up to you whether or not, if you want to make money now, I mean, you can make money now. You just got to be out there hustling and sharing and talking to all your family and friends. But that's not going to happen unless you are talking about what you're doing. So that's the most important thing right now that I want you guys to be focusing on. Any questions? Anything? I don't think there's really anything else I need to cover. And Anna, I'll send you the recording so that you have that. But then I'll let you guys go, so I'm not talking forever, and my voice I feel like is gonna start going in a second. So thanks for being on. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find me, team page, or you can message me or text me or whatever. And then I'll be checking in with you guys kind of periodically to see, this is the last thing I want to talk about. I want you guys to, over the next couple of days, start brainstorming like some goal boards for you. So fitness, like what do you want to do fitness wise? So making yourself like a dream board. It can be digital. It can be, cutting pictures from magazines and gluing them on poster board, whatever you want it to do. I like having the paper aspect, but I don't have a ton of magazines, so I end up doing mine kind of like, or it could be like a Pinterest board or something that's kind of like your goal board. But I want you guys to really start thinking about, what do you want to get out of your fitness? So what are your goals fitness wise? And let's start really like breaking those down. And then B, what do you want to get out of this business? What are your financial goals? And just kind of your goals. They don't necessarily have to be like, you know, you can make like kind of like a broad one that's like, I want to be able to pay for my kids' college in cash, or I want to be able to go on these certain trips or whatever. Or you can make it more specific, like in 2016, this is what I want to do, and really get very specific, not just like, I want to travel the world. Like, well, where do you want to go? When do you want to do that? Who do you want to do that with? Be as specific as you possibly can, because when you're more specific, then it helps to kind of, when you put that out to the universe and you get that picture in your head, it's a lot easier than when you're really generic and broad. So people that are like, I want to get fit. Well, what does that mean? Like, what do you want to look like? How much weight do you want to lose? Do you want to fit into a certain size of pants? Do you want to, wear a bikini on your next vacation? Like whatever it is. But just make sure that those goals are super specific, and then keep it in a place like you can put it as like your desktop on your computer or screensaver on your phone, or some place where you're going to see it often. And then obviously you can always kind of add to it and change it, because your goals are going to change as time goes on. I like to make them kind of like every couple months, because I'll add things on and take things off as I've kind of achieved them. So but that's another really important thing that I want you guys to do, like kind of focus on for the next like 2 weeks, like try to get that done in the next, even week. I would do it in the next couple of days personally, because the sooner you get that out to the universe, the quicker you'll get clear about what you want to do. So if you haven't done that already, have you done that yet, Casey?
No. No.
That's kind of one of those steps that like sometimes I even forget to like have everybody do. It's a really fun activity.
Sure, it just isn't out. Like I haven't actually like put it out on like a board or anything like that, but it's definitely, I know what they are. It's just I haven't done them.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us, like we kind of like know in our head, like where we have them written down. I think there's something to be said for putting like pictures to those things. Like, people are like, I want to get a new car. Well, what kind of car? Like, what color car do you like? Go on the website and pick out all the things and figure out how much it's going to cost. So you got to like, because I really feel like that when you're really specific that way, it's like when people are like, I just want to lose weight. Like, I just want to get healthy. Well, what does that mean? Like, because everybody's idea of healthy is different. Everybody's idea of being fit is different. So making sure that whatever that is for you, just getting that really specific so that you can have that visual. Because I really feel like when you are visualizing, and that's something that you'll hear a lot about in this business too, is like spending time visualizing what you want for your life, what you want for your business. Like, where do you want to go? How much money, some people come into this business and they're like, I just want to get my Shakeology paid for, which is great. And then they realize how much income potential is possible in this business. And then they're like, oh my gosh, like I want to pay off my mortgage. I want to bring my husband home from work. I want to pay off my debt. I want to, all this stuff that's totally possible. And then from there, that will help give me a better idea. So I want you guys to show them to me. And we can either do like another call, or I can do one-on-ones with you guys, or you can send them to me or whatever. But that will help me determine how I'm going to work with you. It'll help show me kind of, how you're thinking. I want you guys to think big picture. I don't want you guys to be thinking like small. Like, what have you always dreamed about in your life? What do you want? And put that on there. There's nothing that's going to be like too big or too grand to put on there. So that will help really determine for me, who wants to run, who wants to kind of walk, and who wants to, sprint with this business. So get those done. And then let me know when you guys are done with those and we can share them. I think it's just a really fun team activity to do too. I think a lot of like people overlook it because it doesn't seem like it really relates very much. They're like, well, how am I ever going to do that? But trust me, like if any of you guys are following Lindsay right now, she just bought this car.
My new car.
It's great. And you guys, like,
she's wedding pictures, amazing.
she only lost like 15 pounds. She's never been overweight. So that's one of those things that like people have this story of like, I have to have this huge transformation.
Right.
No. She's proof right there. She never works out, you guys. Like, she eats donuts. She's totally real. Like, she's not what people think. But what she's done financially for her family is like insanity. I mean, I've seen it firsthand. It's like crazy. I've seen paycheck. I mean, I've seen some check stubs that like I kind of wanted to throw up. It was like crazy. So that's what's possible. So I'm gonna stop talking so that you guys can go be with your families. But if anybody has questions, feel free to please post on the team page. And I'll get the recording for any of you guys that want the recording of this. Thank you for being here, and you guys can find me if you have questions. Hope everybody's kids feel better. Laura, I hope your kids feel better, Laura. I'm like,
you too. Feel better.
They're all sick. Not me. I take Shakeology. That's what I say.
Dude, I know. Every day, that's the only thing that like gets me.
Yeah, they're all sick. All of them. And I have done nothing different but Shakeology. And I'm like, that's because you guys don't drink it.
Yeah, I know. Well, Emmy's been really bad about drinking hers, too. I'm like, no wonder you've been sick. That's like the first thing. As soon as anybody gets sniffles, I'm like, I'm taking double today.
Seriously.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, how long do you think you are going to take off after you have your baby?
As far as what, like
time, like, are you taking any time off at all?
From this business?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I told Joe today, I'm like, I'm working out. I am not waiting 6 weeks. Like, I don't care. So as long as I don't have any like issues. I am on. Oh yeah, I'll be popping that baby out, and I'll be like, I gotta take a picture. I gotta share this on Facebook for sure. I mean,
how long did you want to set aside for bonding and stuff, so I knew when to bother you and when not to?
Well, I'll probably. I mean, the thing is like, you know, it's like when you have a newborn. I'll probably be up at all hours of the night. I'll probably, you know, and I'll be able to like check messages when it's convenient and stuff. I mean, I'll tell everybody like, hey, you guys need to like. And we'll probably have like a chain of command. Like if I'm really feeling overwhelmed, then everything will probably be filtered through Amber for a little bit, just because she's like our next, you know,
all right,
person that's been in the business long enough that could answer questions. So, but I haven't, honestly, I mean, I haven't really like thought like, okay, well, I'm going to set aside this time and take off this amount of time. It'll probably, because I figure, you know, I can't. Oh yeah, you did.
And I got a top.
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Okay, go sit down.
That looks so good. I want one.
No.
You're going to end the call with that? You're going to end the call with ice cream?
I know, right? That was rude.
You're telling us to work on our journey.
Go to your 21 days.
Well, I eat ice cream.
Remember? And I had a green face one.
You had what?
She had a green face from her green ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't intend on really taking time off. So I'm sure there will be a few days where I'm like, you know, trying to adjust to craziness going on around me. But I don't really plan on like, I'll be taking off time from doing hair. But as soon as I can work out, I'm like on my hammer and chisel meal plan like ASAP.
So bad.
Done. It's happening. I was like, I am not messing around this time. I'm done. I'm going to be done with all of this. So. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. If you have questions, come find me.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.